So I ended the last video by saying that it looks like the horse is turning black from the legs. And I was basically describing how it could symbolize Beyonce slowly loading into Act 3, which is speculated to be rock and roll, right? And I also mentioned how it reminded me of an hourglass. And if you've ever seen an hourglass, then you would know how it works. It's essentially a timer, but with sand. But technically, in research terms, it's a device used to measure the passage of time. Now, I'll explain in a second why I'm comparing the horse in this picture to an hourglass, but first let's talk about why the horse is turning black, something I didn't fully understand until I looked up white horses. So to explain further, a horse isn't typically born white. Most horses that appear white are actually gray horses that gradually lose their color as they age. This means they're born a different color, like bay, chestnut, or black, and turn white over time. A truly white horse is rare and is caused by a specific genetic mutation called the dominant white gene. Now, most horses referred to as white are technically gray, whose hair gradually lightens until it appears completely white, and that transition doesn't happen in any specific way, it just spreads all over. So here's my point: when I think about something changing color over time, I usually imagine it transitioning from top to bottom, or sometimes from bottom to top. But in the horse's case, after looking at pictures, I realized the color change doesn't follow a set pattern, and it just changes. But here's where Beyonce's symbolism comes in, because to me, she's representing a reverse transition, which could symbolize going back in time, revisiting history, or transitioning into a new act. Like we discussed in the last video, Act 3 is speculated to be rock and roll, and black is its signature color. So, to me, the whole point of her using a white horse is so she could go back and revisit time, the time of when the white horse was black, with the black representing the history of what the horse once was, while the white symbolizes the rewrite, and it's just like what she's doing in Cowboy Carter, revealing information about what once was the history of America. The same American history she said has been rewritten endlessly, saying, "I wanted everyone to take a minute to research on the word cowboy. History is often told by the victors, and American history, it's been rewritten endlessly. Up to a quarter of all cowboys were black. These men faced a world that refused to see them as equal, yet they were the backbone of the cattle industry." Now, when you think about it, the white horse's original color could be bay, chestnut, or black. So this transition in the image perfectly aligns with how I interpret what Beyonce is doing. She's reversing the original birth color, almost like she could be revisiting the origins of rock and roll. It's like she's saying, let's go back and reimagine history. To me, this also represents a load up, kind of like a battery charging, since the color change is still at the legs and hasn't reached halfway, so it could symbolize the slow beginning of a new era. But again, these are just my theories. And let's be real, when she revisits history, she goes deep. But then there's the connection to the Cowboy Carter cover. Like, the only red, white, and blue in this video is the flag, which later disappears. And like I said in the last video, I'm not entirely sure of the reasoning behind this, but some people say it represents the end of Cowboy Carter, while others believe it represents the beginning of something coming for Cowboy Carter. But since the flag was up on the Cowboy Carter cover, I can only guess that putting it down in this video symbolizes a slow ending, which ties into my theory about her transitioning into the rock era. But what stays consistent is the black background. However, there's more light on her and the horse on Cowboy Carter. But what's different is her outfit, because she's no longer wearing red, white, and blue. And the jacket she's wearing could also be Renaissance coded, but it's gold instead of silver, maybe hinting at a mix of all the acts. But for a bonus clue, look at the horse position, because it's standing perfectly still and is striking the exact same pose as the Renaissance horse. And when did Renaissance start? At the beginning. So it's a lot to decode, but we'll find out soon, because for all we know, she could just drop a "say no more" and leave us speechless.
This video is for Beyonce and Beyonce only. I figured you out. I know exactly what you're going to announce. I figured it out, and I figured it out by myself. You are not announcing a tour. You are announcing Act 3. And let me tell you how I know that. Because in the video that you posted of you on that horse with that flag, apparently what you did with that flag in a rodeo, that indicates the end of a rodeo, or the end of a part start of a rodeo. You are telling us that we are at the end of the Cowboy Carter era, and the lights were dim in that video. We could barely see your face. When a show is over, what happens? The lights go out. Show's over. Lights out. You were in the dark on purpose to indicate the end of the cowboy era. Also, you were on a horse in that dim lighting. What's the last thing you see at the end of a cowboy movie? The last thing you see at the end of a cowboy movie is that last shot of the cowboy on his horse. You were telling us that this is the end of the Cowboy Carter era. Oh, and that's not all I figured out, Beyonce, because then I took a look at the caption. The caption said, "Look at that horse." Now, I was confused for a minute. I didn't know what you were talking about. I was looking at the horse and I couldn't find any details, any clues or anything. I was so lost. And then I thought, wait a minute. Look at that horse. Look at that horse. L-A-T-H. Laugh. Laugh. What's the definition of the word laugh? Third person present. The definition of the word laugh is third person present. Third person present because your third album is about to be present. Act 3 is on its way. That video was you telling us that this is the end of the Cowboy Carter era and you are about to announce Act 3, your rock album. How do I know it's a rock album? Because the date that you posted is in a heavy metal font and you use the colors black and red. You just announced the end of the Cowboy Carter era and you are announcing Act 3, a rock album. I figured you out. Yep, I figured you out. You are a genius. I look forward to the announcement of Act 3, the rock album. See you soon, Beyonce.
So y'all have tagged me in this man's video multiple times, and I am picking up what he's putting down. It makes a lot of sense. Also, I've been seeing other videos with people trying to put together what's going to be the 14th, and those also make sense. So with that being said, I originally came on here and I said the 14th was going to be the release of the Beyonce Bowl. Clearly that's not it. Then my next theory was a tour. I am no longer leaning towards a tour. I am now feeling like Cowboy Carter was never supposed to be the tour album. Because keep in mind, Cowboy Carter was supposed to come out before Renaissance. I always felt like Renaissance was the world tour album. Because let's be honest, if she was to go on tour with Cowboy Carter, what songs would she mix with that album? Not saying that she doesn't have the discography to tour with the album, because she does, but I just feel like there needs to be another aspect, which is why I believe if we ever do get a tour, it's going to be for Act 2 and Act 3. Now, as far as the announcement for the 14th, I feel like we are now in a new era. The Cowboy Carter is over. I feel like it was very intentional for her to perform the album for the first time during Christmas, which is basically at the end of the fucking year. Even with the promo for whatever's supposed to come on the 14th, her waving that flag and the flag disappearing definitely means something. Like, the waving of the American flag gives me like the waving of the white flag. You usually wave the white flag when you're done. So that's kind of how I see it now, looking at it. So I feel like we're no longer in Act 2. We're progressing into Act 3. And if she tours at all, again, it's going to be for Act 2 and Act 3. Also, a lot of people were saying that she might headline the Houston Rodeo, which is absolutely a possibility. I just don't know if I see that happening, you know? But at this point, nobody really knows what that lady's about to do but Blue Ivy and Yvette. All these theories that we have, while they do sound amazing, while they do sound promising, we have no choice but to wait and see what that lady's about to do. Also, Yvette has been very adamant about shutting down tour rumors on Twitter. Like, she don't respond to shit else. As soon as somebody mentions a tour, she shuts it down automatically. So I do not feel like a tour is about to come.
Beyonce. Hey, girl, I just wanted to give you a quick ring. I see you up on the TV doing your thing. You never cease to amaze me, consistently raising the bar. And I seen Blue up there, too. What can't that little girl do? I tell you, ain't that right? She is just really, really outdone herself. Now, the real reason I'm giving you a call is because you said that you was announcing something on the 14th of January. Diva to Diva, you know I love Sacred Gown. Don't get on this announcing shit about Sacred. Don't get on here talking about you releasing a candle line. Don't get on here talking about you releasing horses for purchase from your local farm. I don't want to hear all that. If it's not about the music, I don't want to hear that. Big 5, new album, residency, tour, music videos, music theme movie. If it ain't the Big 5, leave that shit on the motherfucking playground. And if you announcing a new album and it's a rock alternative album, make sure Hayley Williams is on the album. If Hayley is not on the album, scrap that bitch and start it from the top until she on the motherfucking album. Now, you know I love you. I'm very proud of you. I'm so proud of Blue. Give me a call back when you get this message. We can discuss some things. Love you so much. Bye.
I think I might have figured out Act 3 by accident. I may have a theory. Has anyone else said this? I think I'm losing my mind. Nah, I know better than to try to think like her or anything like it. It's just a theory. It's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. Y'all, it's different kinds of metal. Renaissance was all silver, chromatic, futuristic, right? Everything that she did in that rollout was all silver-based, sparkles, right? Cowboy Carter has been a lot of gold accents. The new perfume that just came out is a gold bottle. That gold dress she was wearing at that Sir Davis private dinner, stunning. But the golds. Act 3 has to be bronze. If she does bronze, think jazz club, those deep dark brown. If she goes gospel, rock, think about a church pew, the colors of really expensive guitars. Like literally the Olympics. Hello? Let me stop. I can't wait.
Girl. Beyonce, girl. Just take it. Take it. Take it. Take it. Take it.
All right, y'all. Everyone is saying that the third act of the Beyonce's third act is going to be rock, and you're wrong. You're wrong. I figured it out, and you're wrong. Walk with me. Okay, so first of all, Beyonce likes to play in her face. She's playing in her face. She's been playing in her face for years. So here's the thing. There are 3 things in her special edition album covers. And I know what you're saying, like, oh, I know that album cover, whatever. No, she's playing in your face. She released a special edition album cover, and then she released an album cover. So walk with me. So you're going, oh, I know the Renaissance album cover. I know it. It's this. I know it. It's a disco horse. It's her in a disco horse or whatever. And so you're going, that's it. That's what I know. That's not it. That's not it. There was a special edition album cover where she played in your face. Walk with me. Now I know what you're saying. Oh, this is Cowboy Carter. It's not Cowboy Carter. This was Renaissance, you guys. Now, you're going to notice the white hat from Cowboy Carter. You're going to notice the white horse from Cowboy Carter. She's on a stage with these red curtains. And the disco horse. Y'all, she was playing in her face the whole time. Like, she was giving us the clues to the whole thing without telling us. And now we go, oh, Beyonce came out with a country album. Well, obviously, like, she's literally saying, hey, this is what I'm about to do. So, walk with me. What does this mean about the third act? So we have a disco horse, because there are 3 things in this. The disco horse, the cowboy hat, and there's this dress. Look at this dress, you guys. Now, this dress is specific. I think that it, she makes reference to Zydeco in Cowboy Carter. I think that that's what this is. I think that it's not rock. Like, she's going to do her Creole background. Like, that's what this is the other thing. Walk with me. Now, let's go to the Cowboy Carter special edition album cover. And you're going, oh, I know the Cowboy Carter album cover. It's this. It's Cowboy. It's her in American flag, and she's sitting on saddle on a horse. And that's not it. That's not it. This is the Cowboy Carter album cover, where we have 3 very specific things. Again, she's on a stage with a light. She's being downlit. She's literally naked. She's only showing us 3 things in this picture, you guys. 3 things. It's her holding a cigar. Like, y'all look up this photo. It's her holding a cigar. This Beyoncé sash, which we now know was Uncle Johnny's last name on the birth certificate because of what Tina Knoll said. So this is Renaissance. And then we have this cigar, which is Cowboy Carter. And then we have this hairstyle. So, y'all, she's playing in her face. So let's be really... So notice that Erykah Badu had a lot to say about this hairstyle. Because Erykah Badu is also playing in her face. She's on this third album. Walk with me. She made a reference, and she said, Jay-Z, get this woman and these bees off of me. She's playing in her face because she knows she's on the third album. Now, so this hairstyle is a reference, hold on.
It's something African and Creole inspired, okay? So, these are the three things in this picture. It's Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. Act 1 is Beyonce. That's Uncle Johnny. Act 2 is a cigar. Like I'm a filmmaker, you guys. Her mise en scène is perfect. Everything is for a reason. And this third thing, the only third, she made sure there's only 3 fucking things in the picture, you guys. She made sure there was only 3 things in the entire picture. That's why she's naked. She's not naked for sensationalism. She's naked because she only wants 3 things in this picture. That cigar with her smoke that looks like a martini, and this hairstyle. That's it. So once we figure out the secret of the hairstyle and we figure out the secret of the dress, we know what the third act is. I don't think it's rock, you guys. I think that it's Zydeco or something hinting to her Creole heritage or something. It's not rock, you guys. Like, she's reclaiming herself. If you have ideas, let me know. If you have thoughts, comment. Let's figure it out. But she's playing in her face, you guys. Look at the pictures. She's telling us a story.